Salam, everybody. Hi. I'm not sure how many people are going to wait a couple of minutes to see how many people are going to be joining us right now. Thank you all for being here. Thank you again for everybody for taking time away from your busy schedule. You have places to go, people to see, things to do. But I don't think you do. You're not going anywhere, so you're home. But thank you for being here with me. Before we start, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, about my background. My name is Nida, of course, you know, and for those who know me in person or have followed me on Facebook, you know that I work as a speech therapist full-time in San Diego in a local school district. I work with an elementary school kids, special need. So that's my full-time job. I love teaching and I love working with children. When I come home from a busy day, I sit down and I paint. The one that you see right in the back of me, this is one of the new ones that I've started, an Indian girl. It's oil on canvas, and hopefully I will get it done pretty soon and I can post that, share that with you all. So that's my passion, my second passion, working and painting. I started painting, I was young when I really wanted to watch my brother who was working with watercolor, watch him create and paint, and my mother who was also a tailor, Hayat Bud Madaram, she used to make wedding dresses. So my passion kind of for art came when I was very young. And as I was growing up, coming to the United States, I really didn't follow it until about 6-7 years ago when my mom got sick with cancer. And during the week, she would go to my brother's house or my sister's house, and on the weekend I would bring her to my house. And that was the time, like, she would sit down and she would crochet or knit something. And I kind of didn't want to sit down and watch TV, so I would bring my canvas and would paint with her. And she really enjoyed sitting there with me and painting. That was in 2014, she passed away, and that kind of put me in a really bad place, as I wasn't feeling good. I was depressed, and until I met a friend of mine who introduced me to this amazing, wonderful woman, Iranian woman named Nasrin Jan Khairi, who came from Iran, and she's been teaching there for about 30 some years. And she lives here in San Diego. She introduced me to her, and I would go to her once a week for about 3 hours working with her, and then I would come home, and 2 to 3 hours a day I would sit down and work after work. And she kind of wanted me to start from the very beginning, the basics, and I said, no, that's not going to work out for me. So I wanted to start right in the middle, because I wanted to learn how to draw faces and paint faces. I was very young when I came out of Afghanistan, so culture was always important to me. Culture of Afghanistan was always like dear to me. So I would find these images and I would take it to her and say, okay, this is what I want to learn how to paint. So she taught me step by step on how to do it, and I recommend her highly. I fell in love with her the minute I saw her. She's just an amazing person. She gives you warmth, she gives you energy, she gives you positivity, inspiration, anything you can think of a teacher can do, she does that for her students. So after about 6 months when I was working with her, then at that point when I kind of felt that I was getting a little bit better, then I said, okay, I want to go back and learn the basics. So then I went back and I learned from the beginning on how to draw, how to sketch, and all of that. So me and her, we started as she being my teacher, and then we became really close friends. And then in 2018, we wanted to start something else, like an art workshop, like the art and wine things that you guys see with a lot of Americans that they go. So the art workshop we did for 2018, 2019, we did private parties, we would rent a place, people would come join us, and we would provide all the supplies, we would provide all the paint and everything, and music, and a little bit of food or stuff, and we would teach people to do step by step, create something within like 3 hours. And obviously this year hasn't been at all. We haven't done anything this year. So I recommend that too when we go back from this quarantine, so we can go back and you guys can hire us and we'll come to you and we can create something. That's my art background. And about 4 years ago, I was just painting and giving my paintings away to family and friends. And in 2017, my dear cousin, Dr. Khalim, as Chicago, she came to San Diego and she saw one of my paintings that she fell in love with it. And when she left, oh, my light went out. When she left, she left me like $100 on the table. And that was kind of like, why would she do that? But that gave me an idea. So I said, okay, maybe I can go ahead and make this into a little business. So in 2017, I went to Mele Afghani, San Diego, Amray Shoaib Jan Azizi. I rented a booth and I wanted to see what kind of response or what kind of feedback I get from the Afghan community. اونجا که رفتم I was pleasantly surprised. بخاطر که ریاکشنی که بر من کلاگی افغانا دادن it was absolutely over the top beautiful, and کلاگی I sold some paintings on that day and کلاگی خوششان آمده بود از painting بازم اون روز بود که like my cousin, my lovely cousin Laila John Ulumi invited me to come to a charity event that they had in Orange County. I went to the charity event and I wanted to just kind of feel it out and see what's going on. اونجا که رفتم, this charity event for helping hand relief for the poor. I sold some other paintings there, and again, people were really welcomed me, and they loved the paintings and they liked everything about it. So, and the more I learned about this charity organization, the more I fell in love with it. The ladies who started as Michelle John Nasiri a few years before I joined them, with a couple of other really strong-minded ladies. They started this thing just to like help out some needy families in Afghanistan. And the thing that I love about this charity organization is that they are very transparent. Everything is out in the open, so there's no hidden things. So if you are donating $100 to that charity organization and you want that $100 to go to a family, you can be sure that $100 goes to a family. And their volunteers that we have in these 3 provinces in Afghanistan, they send proof, they send bills, they send everything that itemized, like exactly what was bought, pictures, videos, everything that you can think of. So the donors here, they know, at least they feel good about giving back. Before this charity, I used to give money to United Way and different things, but then when I realized that from the dollar that you're giving, about maybe 10 cents of it goes to the person. The other 80 cents goes to administration fee and for volunteers who are working for them. The thing with this organization is that everybody that works with them, including me, we work for zero. We don't make any money out of it. We're all absolutely volunteers, and we put our heart and soul in it. And we work hard for raising money for these kids in Afghanistan. So I got involved with them, and I started going to concerts. And I want to thank all these amazing singers, our کلاگی هنرمندای افغانی که ما را اجازه دادن که بریم به کنسرت ها میز بگیریم. to raise money there. So a lot of the times that we went and if you saw me at those concerts when we were raising funds, a lot of the times they just told us to come in for free and then stay there. But you know, sometimes we'd pay, sometimes we didn't. Whatever my painting I sold, or if we sold goods, like for instance jewelry or things like that, most of it went to the charity. For my paintings, even when I don't go to a charity event, like if I am selling a painting now, whether I am in an event or not, a portion of it goes to helping families and kids in Afghanistan. My passion is education. That's one of the things, you know, I've been raising funds for them, for education, for Afghan orphans. So that's one of the other things that I like about this charity organization. So the ladies that I work with, I absolutely adore them right now. So Nazi John Niazi, we have Sarah John Asifi, Wana John Miskinyar, of course Laila John Ulumi, Khoda Michelle John Nasiri, Mariam John. So there's Najim John, who lives in Orange County, Virginia. So I'm sure we have like volunteers all around the world, and we have volunteers in Afghanistan. The three provinces that we are helping right now is the Herat, Jalalabad, and Kabul. The reason you guys are here tonight is that I'm talking about the Eid al-Qurban that's coming up the end of July. When I started with them in 2017, this Eid project kind of started the year before me, kind of was born the year before me. One of our amazing, lovely nephews, Matin John Yusuf, Amray Bradarakish, at the time he was 8 years old. They were doing, I think Laila John was telling me that they were doing some kind of an Eid project here for the masjid. So they were doing a gift exchange, and kids were writing down what they want, kind of like Secret Santa. They were writing down what they want for Eid, and the parents would go out of their way to like buy it for them. Then Mateen came up with this amazing idea, and I said, why don't we do this for Afghan kids? Why don't we do this for Afghanistan? And that kind of gave Laila John an idea, like, yeah, I think that's a possibility. So in 2017, when this project started, our volunteers went, when they found these families, these orphans, they asked the kids, said, what do you guys want for Eid? And believe it or not, most of them, they said they want new clothing, they want a toy, and they want shoes. Just a basic, just a very, very basic that our kids here take it for granted. They get clothing all the time. They get their shoes all the time. They get new toys all the time. They don't ask for that. They are asking for bigger items. They're asking for iPads, for iPods, and computer and technology and this and that and games. So that first year, we provided all those things that these kids wanted. So the second year also, we kind of did the same thing. So the kids here, families donated $25 per child, and that went directly to the families there. We provided videos, we provided proof for them. And last year when I wanted to do this, so this became kind of like my little baby, my passion. Last year when I started, I wanted to put art into this. And I told Laila John, I said, I want to do this Eid project / art exchange. By that, I mean, it's like, if you guys have been on my Facebook in the past 4 or 5 days, we've been all posting, all of the volunteers, we've been posting on our pages, highlights of the last year's Eid project. So if you saw those, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So a child here will paint or draw something. They will send us the image. The parents will send us the image. We take that image and we send it to Afghanistan. So a child over there receives this image, and they, in return, make an image, draw something, and then they send it back. My ultimate dream for this project is that we will connect a child to a child. So if you have a 8-year-old child here, I like to connect that child to an 8-year-old child in Afghanistan. The kids in Afghanistan, they don't have anything. All they want is to have hope. And who can give them that hope better than a kid here? That's making me cry. These kids here, the only way that they will learn this is from their parents. So if you have a young child and you want to teach them something about their heritage, something about their culture, this is the best time. No better time than this to get them involved in a project like this. Last year, we, with the three provinces, Jalalabad, Herat, and Kabul, we raised close to $6,000 with all of our donors' helps, of course. And we close to 300 kids we helped in Afghanistan in those three provinces. This year, our goal is to raise $8,000 for those three provinces. And we hope that we can help more than 300. And so this is where you guys come from. I, along with my team members, Nazi Jan Yazi is going to do this with me, and Sarah Jan Asifi is going to do this with me. And of course, all of the other team members are helping and they're posting. And nobody can do this alone. We all have to come together and put our hands together, our helping hands together to do this project. I cannot do this alone. So I'm relying on the donors, I'm relying on my viewers, I'm relying on all of you guys. So if you have a child and who wants to be involved in this, please get them involved, have them draw or paint something. Send that image to me, to Nazi John, to Sarah John, to Wana John, to whoever that you know. By sending that image, you are giving us permission to post that on social media and giving us permission to send that image to a kid in Afghanistan. And what I want is this image, maybe it starts out with an art exchange and it will end up being a simple conversation, or this child will follow that child in Afghanistan, make a connection. With the technology that we have right now, it's so easy to make that connection. And maybe your child would want to support that child in Afghanistan. $25 a month is nothing for us. It's just maybe, yes, today I went to a coffee shop. My coffee costed me about $5. Couple of more trips, that's $25 right there. To me, $25 means nothing. But to a child there, it means new clothing, new shoes, the necessity, the absolute necessity that we take for granted. And maybe a little bit of fun things on the side and art supplies. And for those little ones that they don't paint or draw, we give them some toys. So please get involved in this. Get your kids involved in this. Help us make this happen. We're going to start posting tomorrow in all of our Facebooks. So each one of us are entitled, each one of us are kind of in charge of doing for one province, but we are going to put all three together. But each of us will try to raise at least $2,700 per page, which is close to a little bit over 8,000. So I'm hoping that you guys will come together tomorrow. I'm hoping that you will be a part of this amazing organization, be a part of this amazing journey that we are taking, and make a difference. Have your child make a difference. So I think that's about it for me. I hope you guys, I'm not seeing how many people are watching. I hope everybody is doing a great time. I'm seeing lots of thumbs up and lots of love. And so thank you again for joining me tonight. I will be going live tomorrow at 5 o'clock with the same information on Instagram. So encourage your friends, your family to come and watch it, and share this information with with other family members who don't have Facebook. Get them involved. I love you all. Thank you so much, and God bless. Love and peace. Thank you.